welcome to Nightcap, the bi-weekly web show where two friends unwind with the topics that make us hot. My name is Richard Pucci, and my wonderful co-host, Joy. I'm a real live streamer, gamer, content creator, Nickens. Hello, Miss Joy. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Woohoo! Everything is up and running. We are so happy. Everything is beautiful. And that's all I have to say. Today I went the Joy route, and I have some lap water. Lap water.
Oh, lap water.
Yes, because tap is just not good.
Ah.
And then look at this. I got some watermelon.
Ooh, look at the watermelon. Okay.
For some ASMR.
Uh-oh. Just hear you nice chewing softly.
I know. It's so soft. If it's distracting Rodney or anybody that's watching, just let me know. I'll stop chewing on it. But considering that it's a soft food, I don't believe we should be having any issues with that sort of thing. I'm just gonna move my thing a little bit over here. Okay, here we go. Excellent. So, how are you doing, Miss Joy?
I'm doing very well. Just enjoying life again and feeling inspired.
Oh,
yeah, it's wonderful.
I'm so I love the fact that you are expired. I almost said expired.
Oh God,
I'm
no.
so excited that you have a new invigoration, and that is super exciting.
Yes.
Sometimes it gets hard because we end up our lives, we end up being in a rut. So when you have something that sort of reinvigorates everything, that's great. So
Thank you.
yay. And then me, I don't. Okay, since this is my life right now, I had my 3 days off. I have my 3 days off for the weekend, and which is typical for me when I have off for the weekend. Cats running around in the background. So I have my 3 days off, and so this is my vacation time. I took a mini vacation, so I have an additional 3 days off. So the good thing about that is that it allows me to sort of relax, enjoy things. This is my first this is my first day of the official vacation. And I already have that slump where I'm like, oh no, I have to go back in on Friday. Doesn't it suck how you can't even enjoy a vacation halfway through your
It's so annoying. Because you're like, I want to just do what I want to do, but then it's like, nah, you have to think about all the stuff you have to do when you get back, and you just can't even enjoy what I want to do because I understand. It's so stupid.
I just get so stressed because when I come back, I know that I always say that when I come back from my weekend off, that it's like walking headfirst into a waterfall, and that's exactly what it's like. It's like okay, I'm calm, I'm relaxed, I'm dry, and then all of a sudden it's just like a shit storm on me, and that's that's the thing that's just sort of annoying, you know.
It is. It's stupid. It just shouldn't be a thing. It just should never. It shouldn't be something that you want or have to do. But
I have something to show you. I didn't. Okay, so this is a little bit of gaming stuff. So I did not follow Joy's advice, which was to not get the PlayStation Classic, or you, Rodney, right? I bought the PlayStation Classic, but unlike Joy, I modded my system. So
Yes.
Rodney, you snuck in. For some reason, my microphone wasn't working, and I was playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1. I was flying through the levels because I just played them all last night. Because I finally got the system up and running. Did you want to say hello on camera? No? Okay.
Hey, sexy Cupid.
Joy just said, hey, sexy Cupid. Are you trying to steal my baby? I love watching her run around the monitor in the back.
Aww, adorable.
So my game, I hacked it myself, which was super easy. Of course, there's whenever you mod a system, you risk it being messed up. But the reasons why I modded it. Number one, the selection was not necessarily very good.
Okay.
Number two, most of the games were not the official American releases. They were the PAL releases, and also the issues that you have with PAL releases is that the frame rate is not what we're used to in the States, which creates lag and a bad user experience for us. So I went into buying it 2 days ago, just thinking like I'm going to mod the system and I'm going to make it good. So I have Parappa, I have Jamalami, I have Tony Hawk 1, 2. I'm going to get 3 and 4 on there. I have Twisted Metal. Well, it came with Twisted Metal, but I have Twisted Metal. I put Twisted Metal 2 on. Cupid wanted the Harry Potter game, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh my God! Yes.
So I put that on there. So if he ever wants to play it, it's on there. And the great thing about modding the system is that once you take out the USB that has all the content in it, it reverts back to being a regular PSP or
PSP. PSP Classic?
PlayStation Classic, which I heard that with a hack system you can actually run. I think you can run PSP games on it, something like that. I was reading something.
Really?
Yes, because the emulator. Yes,
That'd be wonderful. Oh my God!
And the reason why you shouldn't feel bad about hacking the system is because the emulator that they use for the PlayStation Classic is it's the emulator that
people use
we have on our computers. Yes, it's because it's open source.
God.
They used an open source piece of software. Not smart, Sony, and you can hack it with a USB. Really?
People are stupid. I don't have time.
Mm-mm. Ship it to me.
Oh. I'm stupid.
What? Hey, Rodney.
I did so much, and now I realize I'm sharing the wrong thing. PlayStation Classic live stream, it's not. He puts midsummer update, movies, games, shows, and more. I'm like, where's the chat? Where's the, I'm sitting here doing this for 20 minutes, and I still couldn't find it. Oh my God. Okay, hold on, I have to delete this. I have to delete all of it. Oh my God, I did so much. Okay. I really didn't, but okay. Let's try this one more time.
All right, Joy. Thank you so much. Joy is our wonderful social media girl. I do a terrible job of posting for Twitter, and she does an amazing job posting for Facebook. The only issue is that when we post for Facebook, we have to do that live, and we post for Twitter. It's just me sharing random stuff, like pictures of my cat.
Oh my God. It's so interesting.
Kittens give you views.
All of the views.
Rodney said, hey, and he also said, yeah, don't feel bad about hacking it. It deserved more games on it anyway. That is absolutely true. And I bought, and I did not even go the cheap route, which would have been to go to download or to buy a thumb drive from Amazon. I went to CVS 4 minutes.
And just did your own thing?
4 minutes before they closed, because I realized that my thumb drive that I had was way too small, and that's the reason why it wasn't working.
Oh.
Yeah. And
At least you did that. Well, at least you did that. I'm happy you did that.
No. So I'm supporting businesses, but the lineup was not good whatsoever.
It was not.
But the one thing...
No, I was just going to say, I felt bad because, baby got it from me. And I was like, yay! And then I was like, that's it? Those are all the games?
Yeah.
Those are the games?
It's so underwhelming. But, it's funny. I was playing Tony Hawk far too often today, which is why I knew how to find everything for when I was doing a little bit of live streaming. And, I forgot about this. My thumbs hurt. Like from holding from holding the directional buttons. My thumbs hurt. And I remember that was a thing. Do you remember that? When your thumbs would get like raw from like playing too many video games?
For the regular PlayStation
Yes.
controllers? But there's no analog.
Exactly. That's what makes it hard, because you have to like press hard for the directional buttons.
Oh, yes.
Now you remember, because like you're like singeing in your hands. You're like, argh! And then
it's because I'm so PlayStation 2 through 4.
Yes.
I don't get to play it as much.
And then the little screw thing, like there's like a little like hole for the screws, and like that's like where my knuckle is, and like that's getting all jacked up. And I was like, oh, I remember this. So I also got Tomb Raider 2. The first thing that I did was ran around the mansion, locked the butler in the freezer.
Oh my god! Yes!
I was like, I'm gonna lock you in the freezer, and then I'm gonna do the obstacle course that is way too hard because these buttons. Okay, Tomb Raider, great game. So clunky. It's the clunkiest thing in the world. Great game.
So bad.
Great
bad.
game. So clunky.
I have a quick question, because I'm staring at my PlayStation Classic now. Where are you putting the thumb drive? Like right in the front of it?
Yeah. So the thumb drive goes exactly where player 2 would go. And then you can still do multiple players as long as if you have a USB port, which I would show you mine right now, except for it's linked up. That way I can have sound and my camera. But it's just a little cube that has like four different USB ports. A splicer.
Oh, I have that.
Yeah.
Here. I have that here too on my computer for my mic and stuff around here. So okay.
Oh yeah. So me and Cupid, the only game that he played with me was Twisted Metal. He wouldn't play Tony Hawk with me.
Boo.
I know, boo. She said boo. Oh, you playing with the kitten? Aw.
It's so interesting because I'm trying to because with my PlayStation 3 I can play PS1, PS2, PS3 games. So then I was like, well, why don't I need the classic? And then of course I got the classic, and there are some games on the classic that I do want to play. Case in point, I started playing Wild Arms, which is something I know I've heard of it, but I've never played it. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Like, some of these are interesting. But if I get other games for PlayStation, I'm like, do I physically buy them now? Or do I not need to buy games? Because I'm an old school, like, I want to get all the old RPGs that I've never played and play them. So it's just kind of like, I still have some, but is it worth now buying PlayStation games? Because I can just go online and get the
ROMs?
emulator. Yeah, I can just get the ROMs and play them. Like,
what I would do, this is case by case basis, which of course you're not stealing the ROMs, you have them in your home.
Yeah.
So I would say the way that I would work it is I would crack if it were me, I would crack the system.
Yeah.
Play the games. If I really liked the games and wanted it as part of a collection, then I would go out and buy the games. Sort of like try it before you buy it. That way you have the things that are tried and true, and stuff that other RPG gamers would be like, oh my gosh, you have that? And just like, yeah. Like that sort of thing. But at least you get to like play it and try it before you actually sink your money into having a super large library of stuff that you don't necessarily know if you're gonna like. I mean, I have a library of stuff that Mirror's Edge 2. That's all I have to say. All I have to say is Mirror's Edge. As I was playing Tony Hawk today, I was like, Tony Hawk is not a skateboarding game. It is not a skateboarding game. It is a platforming game. It is a running platforming game. That is what it is. It is not a skateboarding game. Don't get me wrong. There are some levels where it's competition mode, but for the most part, it's like, can you get to this highly complicated area by doing weird things with buttons? No instructions.
It was Mirror's Edge before Mirror's Edge, sort of, kind of.
Yes, it so makes sense, and especially how fast paced part of like you have to go in order to reach certain sections. It's Mirror's Edge.
And I really like Tony Hawk. My issue was the camera making me so dizzy. I couldn't play it as much, even though I loved it. And I was like, man, this sucks. I'm getting motion sickness just by staring at it too much. But yeah, child problems, adult problems.
Wait a minute. Do you get motion sickness when you play Rock Band too?
Band?
Rock Band.
Rock Band? Why would I get motion sickness from that? From the things coming at me?
Yeah.
The notes and stuff? No.
Because
No.
when I play Rock Band, after I close my eyes, or after the screen goes away, all of a sudden everything that's like part of that lower section in my my viewpoint, everything like I still see the movement. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Yeah, it's crazy.
I never played enough Rock Band for me to get dizzy, and none of my friends had it. And if my friends had it, I wasn't close with them to go to their house and play it. So yeah, I didn't.
Even though I was like 3 blocks away.
Literally across the street and all this.
Joy had no idea because I drove you home and I was like, yeah, I live like right over there, and you were like, okay, whatever.
And it's never
and
thought
like
about it again.
literally, it was like could have ridden a bike to her house. Yeah.
And it's not like I never wanted to go over there. I always wondered where you lived and like what your house looked like. But I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go home and play Kingdom Hearts for several hours. Like, just not interact with anyone after 2:00. My bad. Yeah. Someone actually brought up Mirror's Edge on Twitter. On Twitter, it was like Twitter Gaming. They were like, what 2 games would you smash together? And someone, her name is the Blurred Girl. She was like, Mirror's Edge and Overcooked. I was like, what?
Oh my god.
And then I was like, oh my god, that would be so amazing, actually.
That's, yeah. No.
AKA cooking simulation.
I subscribe to that, yes.
So I was like, when I get on Twitter again, I'm going to find her and find it and then just like retweet it and be like, perfect.
Yeah. No. The Blurred Girl. We're looking out for you. You're our people.
Yeah, she's dope.
Oh my gosh. But as far as classic, and when you mod the system, it still has all those original games inside of it.
Oh, good. I was wondering about that too.
So you don't lose the collection that it came with. And also, I think Best Buy has it now for like, I think until like the end of July, or at least for a week. I think the PlayStation Classic's only $25. It's like something like that.
Dang, that's a huge drop. My God.
Yeah, I was reading about it online.
It's so effed up because I was so excited for it. But honestly, I went to a GameStop and the guy was like, nah, you don't need to get that. And I was like, for real? And he's like, nah. Yeah. And for it to have been like, what, $99 or $120 or whatever it was before, now it's $25. Yeah. If anything, $25, I'm going to send that to my god sister. So the little 6-year-old girl can start playing video games. Like, this is what we used to play. I can have her play $25. I was thinking about getting her the Sega one.
Yeah. Oh, I love my NES Classic.
So that's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe I can get her the Sega and the PlayStation. Like, I'm just gonna game you up.
I love my NES Classic. Except for the games that came with that, I believe are better than, they're much better than this selection, but the NES Classic, I think it was, I've never hacked it with my computer. I did it with my mom's computer, just because back when I first got it, there wasn't anything accessible for the Mac yet, because when it comes to hacking stuff, all the languages are easier in Windows, so nobody translated that stuff yet for me. So it probably is now, but also I haven't touched hacking wise. I set it up, boom, I put the 7 or 8 games that I really remembered and that I loved in the system, and so I haven't had to touch it since. And once I get like that clear cut, I don't need any more, then I'm probably gonna do the same thing with the PlayStation Classic. So yeah.
Nice.
I saw a movie.
What'd you see?
Okay.
Was it Spider-Man?
No. Okay, wait a
It
minute.
wasn't Spider-Man.
No. Okay, so I do have a hatred of Spider-Man. I don't know where it comes from. I just do. I know. It's funny. You're making a face, and I heard Cupid, like go, ugh, because he.
Yeah, I just heard him too.
She heard you too. I don't know. I don't like Spider-Man. He's supposed to be
Which one? Like, anyone who's ever played it, or just Tom Holland?
all the Spider-Mans.
All of really?
I feel like I've
Wow.
gone through it before. Because he's supposed to be like every man. He's supposed to be like every boy. Because like Superman is every man, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like, so I don't know the relatability. Probably because I was never like Peter Parker, or like, you know what I mean. I was different, off
Yeah.
kilter, right? So like that I couldn't relate to that. I know, weird, right?
Wow. Maybe the same way you feel about Spider-Man is how I feel about Superman.
Maybe, probably. It.
Because I wasn't really into Superman movies.
Oh, thank.
Uh-oh.
He was doing a dance on the side, and I really wanted. He was flossing, and
Oh, well, I can't. I'm sad I couldn't even see
I
it.
know, and he like moved like as soon as he saw the fact that I reached for something, because he's mean that way.
I can floss too.
Oh, Joy just said that she can floss too.
It took practice.
I saw. Okay, Cupid was supposed to see Spider-Man today, but his brother bailed out on him.
Oh.
I know, stupid. And now he's flashing the lights on and off. I liked it better when like when Nightcap was later. That way he wouldn't mess with me.
Oh no.
We saw Midsummer and I loved it.
Really? Is it good?
Okay. Disclaimer.
Oh, okay.
Disclaimers. Okay, I loved Midsummer. Okay, Cupid did not love Midsummer. I liked The Witch, the movie The Witch. He did not like The Witch. Okay, so this is a slow burn movie. He's like, no, it's not. Stop it! It's my web show. Stop it.
It probably is. Our partners would be amazing if we did this together too. But wow. Okay. Go
All
on.
right. So I like a nice slow burn. I don't mind if like halfway, if like you're watching, like there's some weird stuff in the movie, but like I don't mind if like you can watch like halfway through the movie for like a 200-minute movie, and halfway through like you don't see much of anything. It's all speculation. I don't mind that. I don't mind if certain death scenes are off camera. I don't mind that. Oh wait, oops, it says reconnecting.
Yeah, I was like, it froze for a little bit, and I got concerned.
Oh, I see you now. So I don't mind a slow burn, and I loved it. And the gist of it is so this girl, she has the shittiest life in the world if you really think about it. Her sister's bipolar. Mild spoiler. It happens in the first 5 minutes of the movie. Her sister not only takes her own life, but puts tubing from the garage into mother and father's room, and she kills all of them.
My God.
Kills all of them. This girl who's reliant on her boyfriend and just seeking comfort with everything. Boyfriend, lukewarm. He's like, you can tell he's like tired of the relationship. His girlfriend is a lot. So she just has a shitty hand. Lo and behold, boyfriend's friend, he's a anthropologist major. So he like studies like different types of people. Like him and his friend group. Okay. They all study all different types of people. And lo and behold, one of the kids that they are friends with actually comes from a small village in Sweden. And so So he's like, I gotta go back. I gotta go back to my family's, to my commune and celebrate the Midsummer Festival. So he invites his friends to come with him to the Midsummer Festival, and lo and behold, girlfriend wasn't really invited, but decided that she was gonna go since boyfriend tried to make her seem like it was, she was invited. Um,
Mm.
and all sorts of cultural differences start happening.
Oh God.
And it's a slow burn. I loved it. There was foreshadowing everywhere because you see the tapestry on the wall of what these people believe. So it's lots of foreshadowing. A lot of the gruesome action is not seen. I'm going to say something that I don't think is a big spoiler. Not like you may or may not see it, but one of the most interesting things that I thought or I saw about the movie, which I kind of explained to Cupid after the fact, was the fact that while the thing that was very interesting though was this girl just went through hell and back with her own family, and in our society we are not necessarily an empathetic people, and the commune, everybody that's around the same age, they consider themselves brothers and sisters. All right? When there is joy, you all laugh together. When there is pain, the group, the commune will cry with you. And this is something that she didn't have. Her boyfriend, as your
Didn't even care.
yes, basically. So it was a very interesting take, and the filmmaker said that it was a movie about sort of like when a relationship at the end of a road with a relationship, when there's no excuse to really leave each other, but you're still on the path. And I thought that was very interesting. It was by the same guy that did Hereditary.
I was gonna talk about that after
Okay,
this.
and that's it. I liked it. It's a slow burn. I would say less action packed. Slow burn. If you like storytelling, then watch it. Oh, and it's also really beautiful. It is a beautiful movie.
Oh, really? Hold on.
The shots are gorgeous.
They filmed on site in Sweden.
Yes.
Probably.
They filmed in the valleys and the flowers and beautiful. So you were gonna say about Hereditary?
I hated that movie so hard. My cousin Antonio, shout out to Antonio, love him dearly. He suggested that Baby and I watch it. So Baby was like, "We should watch it." And I was like, "All right, whatever." But scary movies aren't my thing. So we watched it, and the whole time I was just like, we were both discussing it, but I was like, "Is it done yet? Like, what? Can we get to the point? What is going on? What is happening?" Like, I just did not, and making fun of the boy, and I knew where the main boy was from because I saw him way back in the day on Naked Brothers Band on Nickelodeon. I did not see Death Note, but I knew who that was. And I was like, "Oh my God, it's that kid. He's annoying. The mother is insane. The dad
Tony
Tony
Collette is amazing.
She's insane, but amazing actress."
Oh yeah. Oh no. Technical difficulties reconnecting. The internet is apparently having an issue. I'm just gonna make sure it's not me. It's not me. We're just gonna wait for a second. I was gonna say, Rodney, if you're watching a horror movie, do you mind if it takes a while for the setup, or do you mind if it takes a while for the setup, or do you want the action to happen ASAP? As Joy said, literally get to the point. Just because I don't mind a slow burn. It allows me to have some time to get invested in the characters. Hello, Joy.
Hey, what's up? It froze, and then it was just like nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I did a great job of filling the void.
Oh, thank God, because I was just like, let me stop talking because I had no
Yeah.
idea. Oh my God. So, but I'll try to make it quicker. It's just, it wasn't really my kind of
Yeah.
movie. The ending was weird, and I just was not into it. And it wasn't scary to me because we discussed
Yeah.
things. But I would probably look at the screenshots of things, but I probably won't want to watch it. I don't like slow burns.
Okay. Yeah, and it's funny. I watched The Witch, and that was a slow burn, and I watched that with two other people, and they were literally just like you said, like get to the point. But for me, I really enjoy getting. I enjoy getting to know the characters, and maybe that's the like whole like acting portion of my life, and trying to like okay, like I want to understand like the deal about this character or that character, as opposed to me being like, okay, where are we going with this? I'm like, I don't mind if I take a beat or even 20 to 30 minutes understanding really what makes these people tick. That way when stuff starts happening, I can understand, wait a minute, that's significant because they reacted this way to that, or because they didn't like this, or that person responded a different way. And Joy cut out again. This is a bad internet day for us. What can I say? Actually, this is very upsetting, and I am... I'm gonna ask Joy if she's on the right Wi-Fi. Woohoo! Ah. Hello, Joy. Are you on your phone now?
I think I'm switching you now. You're on my phone.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say, can you put it down a little bit? Have it tilted down. Even more? Even more? Yeah, there we go. A little bit more if you could. Yes, that's it. That's it. Yes. Hello, Joy. I can't hear you as of right now. Oh, I don't think she's paired. Yes. Okay, there we go. You've got Joy. Okay. This has been a professional episode of... There we go. Okay, perfect.
Wow, this is my knee. You can see me and hear me?
Yes. If you wouldn't... Oh, wait a second. Okay.
I don't know what the heck is going on.
I don't know. I was gonna say, we gotta ask Joy about her internet settings.
I mean, it's been on the same thing. I could try to, but my computer, I don't know if it's going. It's spinning around right now. I could try to look at the speed test.
Oh no, we'll let it be. We'll let it be.
Okay, because I'm. Bebe, are you having issues with the internet? Oh shoot. Okay, maybe it's optimal.
Okay.
Clearly, because I'm like I paid.
You're like, I paid the bill.
Because she said she's not doing anything. I'm just gonna check the.
That's okay. So you did not like Heredity. That sort of movie is not your jam. Boom. What is your jam? And then actually, can you put the camera down that way? Like, it cuts. Yes, even more. Yes, there we go. A little bit higher. Okay, perfect. It looked like you were bald. Oh my god. Rodney has checked out. He's like, I'm done with you people. No, he said, is it her connection? And it appears that it is her connection. Thank goodness it's not me with all my bullshit that I'm running right now. Um, I just cursed.
I mean, a little better, but I'm just like, now I'm on my phone, so maybe my phone is connected to the Wi-Fi too, so maybe
Mm.
it's better. Okay, it's, they're doing. I'm doing a speed test on my iPad, but I don't know.
Basically,
But
I
a
was just
movie.
hoping that it wasn't me since I'm running like a lot of stuff right now. But
Um, a movie that's more my speed.
yep.
Oh man, when I go back to like thinking of movies really instantaneously, really loved Wonder Woman,
Mm-hmm.
really loved Black Panther, really loved Spider-Man and the
Yep.
Spider-Verse. Those three are fine. Fast Color, that one was really
Okay.
good. That I have on my iPad. Um, what I said, four right now, four off the top of my head.
Yeah. No. 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 See, but you like that like.
Well, three of them were. Well, no, all four of them were
I
superhero
was
movies.
gonna
That's
I
a
was gonna say.
ish. Three and a half, because three of them are superheroes, and then the Fast Color, they're not superheroes, but it's black women with
Mm-hmm.
superpowers. But it's not so much super as in they're gonna go save the city. It's more like what these abilities do to them. Kind of like
Mm-hmm.
X-Men, but the government wants to get their hands on them, and they're like, "No, get away from
Yeah.
me. You suck."
Um,
And then one more. Uh, shoot. Yeah, I can't think of one immediately off the top of my head now, but stuff that has. Oh, you know what? Actually,
what?
so funny. So previous friends, were over and they spent the night last weekend, and a movie that not all of us watched, but me, Bibi, and Brian, which is the part of things good. We watched a Netflix movie called Jonathan,
Okay. What was
and it was interesting.
Jonathan?
Yeah, it was I can't think of the real actor's name, but it's about a guy who has brothers, but they all share a body.
Okay.
So in the beginning, it's only him and his brother. The main guy's name is Jonathan, and the other brother is named John.
Okay.
And but they live two different lives, where Jonathan works as an architect at a firm, and he is awake from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
And then he goes to sleep, and then John wakes up from 7 p.m. to 7, or whatever it is, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
I'm listening to that. I'm like, that's a DID situation.
It was very odd how they functioned and how things were structured, and then they fell apart and then built back up. It was a whole mess, but it made me think, kind of like Black Mirror-ish stuff.
Huh. Yeah. I'm like, that's dissociative personality disorder, or identity
It,
disorder, DID.
it was a doozy,
Yeah.
but I still, as much as I thought I wasn't gonna like it because it was corny, I was like, I actually like this one. But something that we watched right after that I did not
Mm-hmm.
like was the episode of Osmosis.
The thought of osmosis.
So that's the name of the show.
Okay. I'm like, that's when you receive something just through mirror.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, osmosis. That's like that's when you receive the whatever just from being near it.
Oh, that's what that means?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't Google it or look it up when I was watching the show, but I was just like, oh, let's see what this is
Yeah.
about. It seemed like an act of love, like you find your soulmate and stuff, and I got bored. It's French. Like, the people were weird.
Yeah.
The whole plot just seemed kind of meh for a first episode, and I was like, I'm over it. I'm good.
Yeah, that's when I think of art films, I do not go to you immediately, Joy. I'm sorry.
No, no, it's okay. Please don't. Like I can't. If it has to take time for me to decipher what the heck is going on with this movie and not straight up kind of be in my face about it, I'm not really gonna like it.
Mm.
It's taking me more time to figure out the movie than to watch the movie.
Yeah.
And then I have to go Google it and then figure out what I just watched, and that just seems like homework. I'm not in film, like a film studies class.
Speaking of film studies class, I watched a film theory on Us. Oh my gosh, made the movie so much better.
Oh, the movie Us, really?
Yes.
That was great. That's my fifth movie. Add that to the movies. I loved Us. That was really
Okay,
good.
and you know what's great about Us? So like you think like, oh, it's about like the mole people. I watched a film theory blah 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 about it. It's about commercialism in the United States.
Ain't it crazy?
It's about commercialism, and like it's so funny because remember when the mother. Wait a minute, I don't know if you saw Us yet, Rodney.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was like,
Spoiler alerts. It's been some time. A lot of people make jokes about Us because they're looking at it on like a surface level. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest things. So what did the mother say when they were like, "What are you people?" When the mother was like, "Who are you?" And the other mother was like, "We are Americans." Like, that's her response was like, we're Americans. She didn't say we're the tethered, we're blah, blah, blah. She said we're Americans. When the family killed off certain characters, they killed them off using very American items. So the father used a boat, which is like out of nothing. You know what I mean? It like you don't have a boat out of necessity. You have a boat because you have wealth and you can spend it. A flare gun for the boat was killed somebody. A baseball bat, the American pastime of baseball, a golf club, another wealthy American thing. And the little girl used what? She used a Hummer to kill somebody. And remember at the end of the movie, major spoiler alert, the little boy says to the mom, like, what's going to happen? And she said, nothing. Nothing is going to happen. Everything's going to go back to the way that it was. And the interesting thing about it is that, so the tethered are these soulless people. She was a tethered person. There is no difference between the tethered people and the other Americans. There is no difference.
What's that?
There is no difference.
That's why I'm like, is that? And it's so crazy to me because Jordan Peele can make that into a scary classic film. Could you imagine what other people have heads that could be crazy, amazing film? What other people making the same role over and over and over? Like, come on!
Did I tell you that I finished The Twilight Zone?
No, you didn't. How was it?
I liked it. I think I've talked about this before, how like Cupid's like, oh my gosh, so much of the Twilight Zone, it's like all like very like on the nose with like social issues. But and then I was like, oh, you got to remember the original Twilight Zone, like that's the reason why it was created. Because because in the 1950s or late 50s, you couldn't have content about that sort of stuff. It was too sensitive. But if instead of talking about, communism or the plight of Jewish people, if you were able to link it to things with science fiction, so you're talking about aliens or you're talking about a space invasion. It was a way of coding that sort of hot button topic into a different way. That way it was more palatable for the general public. You could look at it for surface value, or you could say, oh, this is about the Red Scare and communism sort of thing. So I was like, well, like the original series was very like social justice-y as well. But one of the episodes, the last episode, they actually could have had it be the first episode, and it was like, it was very meta. So it was about the making of the Twilight Zone, and one of the writers, she's writing she's writing the story, like she's writing the narration for Jordan Peele as the narrator, and she's trying to get the wording right or whatever. And you know, this episode has who's that really funny guy that was in Knocked Up? Rodney knows.
I saw Knocked Up.
He's got like the red hair. But yeah, Seth.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
The red hair. You did this. That made me think of Carrot Top.
Yeah. No. But it's like little froey. It's like blondish, reddish. I don't know. I think it's Seth Rogen, right?
I hope that the chat that I'm looking at is still relevant because I haven't seen Rodney talk since Is It Her Connection?
I know, me too.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it's just that we have two. We have two viewers. That's me. So he was in that episode, and so all of a sudden, like it's an episode in an episode. So like they're like making the thing, and all of a sudden, like there's this like strange like slender man. They call him the blurry man. And like he's in like, and they look back at all the episodes that they filmed, and there are like these images of this like blurry. They call him the blurry man. And within 10 minutes, or within like 10 to 15 minutes of watching the episode, I was like, I know what that is, and I watched the entire episode, and I knew what that was. I was very excited.
Okay, well at least you got it.
I know. I was so happy, and I was like, mm-hmm. The way that they went about revealing, I wasn't necessarily thrilled with. They used some CGI for something, and I would have preferred if they didn't use CGI and if they used more practical effects. But that's just a me thing.
Okay.
And I don't want to spoil that episode in case anybody ever wanted to watch it. But if you are a die-hard fan of Twilight Zone, you probably would understand. Also, Cupid went on my phone for a second. I'm going to show it to you first, Joy, and then I'm going to show it to everybody else.
Oh, what's up with the baby?
Okay, wait. It's the baby from the Vine with the peanut butter.
Oh, wait, did it wipe it all over itself?
Yeah, the like sister wiped peanut butter all over the baby, and the mother just says to the baby like, how's that feel? The baby is just like,
yeah.
And the mother's like, how's that feel? And he just goes, ah. Cupid's been doing that like forever and a day. I'll just be talking to him, and I'm like, so how you feel? So he put that on my phone, because he's sweet. He really is thoughtful.
I miss y'all. We got to in hall.
No, you know what it is? It's the fact that I actually need to not be an asshole. And
Really?
Huh? No, I need to not be an asshole and, like, go to New York City. Like, it's not that far away, Ricky.
No, I mean, I'm down to drive. It's just that I don't drive. That's the only... I don't drive more often to the area. So that's why
You're always in the area.
I know, but like
I know like, you're not for like fun purposes. You're like in the area, but you're not.
Either I am, or it's like doctor's appointments, and I'm only for a couple seconds, and I go back home. Like I just not really too much, and I feel bad because there's so many people that are like, "Hey, you should do it." I'm like, "Yeah," like you could find a weekend or because it's not gonna be much Friday. Where I'm just like, all right, we're just gonna go, you know. I gotta do that more. But I feel like if not, I'm bent from like bills and stuff. I'm already kind of a little nervous about. I want to get my. What? You can't hear?
Yeah, it's cutting out.
Oh man. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorta.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I'm like, even personal stuff. Did you hear that?
Welcome to Nightcap, the web show where everything's going wrong today.
I don't understand. This is on my phone. Like, what else do you want?
What do you want from me, people?
My God.
Um.
Will you just talk now?
Oh wait, can you talk right now? Cupid locked himself out. Our lock is like effed up.
Okay. Man, I'm just trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do. I would love for my camera, my Canon camera, to be able to have a better quality, video quality, than when I do the show. It'll work. But that's, yes, all that. That's far. Work. I got the cam link and the OBS and all that stuff still being. So, what else? Does it needs to be?
Where'd you go?
I mean, I'm trying it just
Did you get ice cream?
so dumb.
Did you go for your spin around the mall? Okay, I am back. And
Oh, good.
better than ever. Like the Hess truck.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Christmas this year. The Hess truck's
I was going to
here.
say, I don't know if you did something, Joy, but that just sounded 1,000 times better than when you were talking about life.
Oh my God! All I did was move.
Oh yeah, it worked.
It works now. A miracle. I was trying to get the cam link. But now I've been messing around with it so much I don't even know where it is. Oh wait, no, I think I found it.
All right, and then Rodney was saying, what quality is on the camera? I'm wondering, is he talking about my camera or your camera? Because right now Joy is using her cell phone. But the problem with the process that we're using is that I am capturing it from a window, but I can tell you that in FaceTime, it does not look any different. It is literally the same exact picture quality.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb. And Apple, again, so much money, thousands of dollars to do all of these improvements. But y'all can't have a decent camera? Are you serious?
No, the decent camera is the back. The back camera is the good camera.
The back, yeah, which is so dumb. Because I'm like, all right, the back camera's great because obviously you're taking pictures of stuff. But people take selfies all the time. You still haven't had a way to make the front camera look great. Make that your project, Apple.
As somebody that has grown up, Apple was your only smartphone too, I thought, right?
Yes, it's my first and first and only smartphone. I started off with the iPhone 5S. That's my first smartphone.
All right, I'm switching us around. Okay, I don't know what this is like. I want you to remember where you put your phone, because this is literally the best the best framing that we've had.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, I put it down in front of my laptop.
Yeah.
Just so I can plug it in. So I'm just gonna try messing with it again now that I was talking
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
no. That's the best as far as framing is concerned, because you just sit back like that, boom. We both have relatively the same head size for the first time.
First time in the long time.
For the first time, yeah. Today, with all the moving around. I was gonna say, yeah, everything actually. Oh my gosh, Rodney, Rodney's saying, evil Apple, laugh out loud. Get an Android, you'll never go back. Ha ha. That is a lie. That is a GD lie. I love my Apple products. I'm sorry. I am such an Apple fanboy. I love Apple so much.
Apple's so stupid.
I love Apple. I am a...
Apple sucks.
You know what it is though? Enjoy. Once you got the watch, my big thing that I always say to everybody is that like once you get the watch, you can't leave once you get the watch. It is literally a tracking device.
Oh yeah, I love the watch. I love my iPad. Love my iPhone. It's just Apple. The people that make the stupid stuff, they're so stupid.
Tim Cook, come on, you're really messing up. Come on.
So dumb.
All right. So we talked about some movies. We talked about some games. We talked about some life. I still haven't finished Jessica Jones. That is something that I probably would have done if I did not preload my PlayStation Classic with games that I actually wanted to play, because I have kind of, for the past 2 days since I've loaded it in, I have been playing that like nonstop, especially having off for vacation. Well, actually, day and a half actually.
Huh.
So yeah, because it took me some time to load it in, just because it wasn't working. And then okay, so my last note.
What?
My last note about the PlayStation Classic is, I hope PlayStation does not think that because they did a shitty job on this, that we don't want a PlayStation 2 Classic. You guys, I'm gonna curse. You guys fucked up with the PlayStation Classic, okay? I want a PlayStation 2 Classic, and the reason why is because I can never get a PlayStation 2 emulator to work on my computer, because it's like too complicated, whatever. I can never get a PlayStation 2 emulator to work, okay? That is my true generation. All the regular PlayStation games I grew up with, and I played the shit out of them. But when I grew up was with the survival horror games that were for the PlayStation 2 that are not made anymore.
They're not gonna.
Your Fatal Frames, your Clock Towers, I watched a Let's Play of Rule of Rose that I could never play because I don't have an emulator that works for the Mac.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
I know. It's not gonna happen. And it makes me very upset.
Man, as much as it would be wonderful to do that, I feel like PlayStation knows that Sony and Apple are two different bullies. Sony knows what the people want. They just won't do it anymore. Apple swears they know what the people want, and they just do whatever they want.
No, it's funny. Apple, if you want to get into the sickness of them, Apple knows what the people want, but Apple believes that they know better, right? So remember the 5. They said that the size of the 5 was the perfect size of the phone because of the width of the hand. The average hand was yay tall, so that was the best size. That way you could touch the top of the screen for the size of the hand. They said the iPhone 5 was the perfect size. And everybody was like, but we want a tablet phone. We want a phablet, right? They want a phone the size of a freaking book, right? Okay? So they made that for the people, okay? I will be one of those people that's, guess what? Apple was correct. I wish my phone was the size of an iPhone 4. I want a nice, tiny little baby phone. And if it had the specs of a newer phone, that's what I like. This size. This size is perfect. Look at that. Oh, hello. I'm talking on the phone. Look at that. I can reach everything. Everything.
Yeah, that's why I still have my 5S. Well, this is the SE, but the 5S was fine. I wanted the 4S too. When the 4S came out, I was like, I want that. But then I had no money or a job. So now that I have the 5S slash SE, which is the 6S and the 5S body, there's no reason for me to upgrade the phone.
No, and I like the hard aluminum cases. You know, my phone. I'm sorry, Rodney. We're talking about Apple for a second. My phone is freaking beautiful, okay? But I need to, because it's got a glass back, I need to have a case over it because I'm not going to replace it. But I like a smaller phone.
But that's what makes me annoyed with Apple, because it's like, all right, you're making the back of the phone glass, but then who gives a crap? Because we're gonna just cover it completely with cases, unless people live life dangerously and have thousands of dollars everywhere they go to keep replacing the phone every 5 minutes.
My ex has literally the same phone as me. He never put a case on it. And guess what?
That's horrible.
And his phone still looks like my phone.
I don't live that kind of life.
And you know, the thing that sucks about it is they're so beautiful. Like, they are the most. It's like the Razor. Remember the Razor phones? Which I think they're remaking the Razors. But yes, I think they want to remake the Razors.
Which is so crazy because everyone was like, "Oh, let's get away." Like, the Razor was great, it was fun, but people want that old nostalgia back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Honestly, if I could have it my way, I wouldn't even have an Apple phone. I would have a Sony Xperia or whatever the heck their phone
the
was.
Xperia.
That's
Yeah.
what I want. Or the Sony Ericsson.
That's.
Those.
Do you remember? That's the phone that I had.
See, I wish I had.
I had the Sony Ericsson, and I had Sony Ericsson. I think I had two different versions of the Sony Ericsson, like back when they had it was a music phone. It was.
Yeah, I wanted that.
Yeah, and it was the Sony Ericsson phone that I had. It was ahead of its time. It was able to sync the music. It was able to translate the music, listen to the beats and the sounds, and it was able to classify if something was like a happy song, if it was upbeat, if it was sad, if it was mellow. And so you could literally, on a little graph, you could literally point click, like, oh, I want to hear something that's, sad or something that's happy. And it would take your library, pre-render everything, that way it knew all the information about it, and give you a playlist based on your mood.
Ah, see, that's perfect. Oh. That's me.
Wait, do you see the kitty? Kitty in the background? Oh wait, Joy, you're not gonna see it, but Rodney probably saw like a little cat.
And I wish I could have that. Like, I would trade in the Apple and be like, let me get that Sony.
Yeah.
But then, like Rodney said, don't compare holy Sony to evil Apple. Sony definitely has its problems, like completely. I love PlayStation, but Sony, yeah.
I was gonna say and then the problem with the Xperia phones too is that like they aren't readily available, so you have to get them through like dealers. Because I looked it up like back in the day. I was like, how would I get that phone? And like you'd have to get it through a dealer, and then you have to like trust the dealer, and then make sure that it's like appropriate to like use on your network. Like,
it is too much.
Absolutely not for the American public. Like, and it's also a little too risky for my taste.
Expensive.
Oh yeah, but you know what? Expensive. Not. I would not even say too expensive at this point, because I mean.
Oh, Apple's like
$1,000 phone.
Yeah,
Sony Xperia back in those days, that was like pretty close to 1,000.
But that's what makes me so sad is the people will spend $1,000 for a phone, and then Apple has laptops that are supposed to be 1,000. Now those are racking up, but the features are falling behind, and then people are like, if I buy a new iMac or if I buy a MacBook Pro, God forbid I drop it once or whatever the heck happens, if you take it more than 2 or 3 times, they're not going to fix it anymore. Like, where's all this money? Why is the prices going higher but the quality being less?
Well, that has to do with profit margin. Okay, so that has to do with profit margins. But then again, Apple's like a weird company anyway because I think all their financial all their financial stuff is shipped is like in like Switzerland. It's like it's not even in the States. So taxation wise, they are not getting hit by the American taxes because they do all of their business out overseas. From what I've read online.
Yeah.
So allegedly, but Cupid, so his computer he has the newest MacBook Pro, and the problem with his computer is that the keys keep on sticking, and so he's taken it to the Mac. I think I've talked about this before. He's taken it to the Mac store 3 or 2 times to get fixed for this issue that there actually was a recall for, and they keep on replacing it with like this, basically not fixing the thing. Like the issue is just an issue with the type of keys that they're using now because they need it for such a small compact computer. And if he takes it in one more time, he doesn't get a refurbished computer. He doesn't get his computer back. He's going to get a new computer because of
Ain't that crazy?
because of how many times he's had this issue. And when you spend that much money on a computer, he didn't get like the cheapo model. He got the MacBook Pro.
MacBook Pros wasn't no little rinky dink thing. These are bigger, badder looking boys. But I'm like, with all the issues you're getting, what the hell?
Hey,
But like you said,
stop that.
me and you, we got our computers back in like 2012 or 2011 or whatever. And sure, it's a little slow, but I haven't had to take it to Apple in mad long.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm able to run
A bunch of stuff.
I'm able to run a web show, FaceTime, YouTube, record not only with my web camera to you, but also a professional web camera to the people. Have my Yeti going on, so I mean, there's a lot of stuff going in this computer right now. So, it's a workhorse. This computer is a workhorse. All right, so Ronnie says that he likes the Xperia phones too, but he loves his Note 8. That's why I'm getting the Note 10. All these flagship phones are $1,000 now. Absolutely, and because of the fact that we keep on paying the flagship prices, like nothing is going to change. Gone are the days with the contracts. They don't care about your loyalty. They're not willing to cut the cost in order to keep you in the system. They literally, they know that you're willing to pay for what you want, and that's what's happening now, and that's not going to change, especially if we keep on paying $1,000. But fun fact, I do believe I think it's this year. They're going to be updating, so they're going to be having. The cat just moved her cat bed.
Oh.
Oh, she's shy. She's a shy little one. So I know you love your 5 SE special edition, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're making another phone that's basically going to be the equivalent of the 5 SE, but with the face thing and the like pushing up, like no button.
And that kind of puts me off a bit.
Okay, you like your button?
I like the button, and I don't really want to do the whole face recognition thing.
Yeah, that's understandable. But do you also do the thumbprint now, or do you still do passwords?
I do the thumbprint.
If you do the
Not for everything, but for the most part, like when it comes to like easy signing into like my bank and stuff, I just do the thumbprint all day.
See, if you do the thumbprint, the face thing is literally not different than the thumbprint at all.
Cause I'm like, I would deactivate the face thing, but I would still do the fingerprint thing.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be an option though, unless they don't have the face thing and they put like a thumbprint thing on the back or like on the screen or something. just to keep the costs low, just because I know that the special camera that they need that reads the infrared dots, I know that, but from what I've read on Mac Rumors, they're going to be, their special edition is going to be going for this next generation.
I'll check it out, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna spend money.
Oh yeah,
on
no.
I'll look at it.
No, and I was gonna say you're happy with what you have, and that's the important thing. And guess who was missing her daddy?
Aww, she's getting more used to you guys.
Yes, she is. She is. Hi.
Aww.
Look, I kissed her. Okay, you gotta get down now. Okay, I'm trying to I know, and she does not meow. Basically, she only meows when she's like, okay, leave me alone. But she is not a meower, which I'm thankful for.
Okay, good.
Oh, she just did scaredy cat pose when she goes.
Oh God.
And then watching her walk, when she does that pose, like she will walk like that. It's not like she does scaredy cat and then she like gets normal and then walks away and then does it again. No, she like crouch walks. She's like regular cat, meow meow meow, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Meow," and then she goes, and then she crab walks to the side, like she doesn't want to turn around. It's really funny.
Cats are so
I know.
weird.
I've never had a cat before. All right. And then Rodney said that the newer MacBooks definitely are not as durable as the older ones. Yes, and that's why they still sell, as of last year, I haven't checked recently, but they still sell the computer that me and Joy have, which is from 2012, so.
I wonder how much it is now.
No,
Sally helped me pay for this one.
No, it's the same price. But
so like 11, what was it? $11.99 or something?
Yeah, and part of the reason why is because of for a lot of educational purposes, it's the last model that also has it's the last model that has the DVD CD-ROM drive.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also still has the hard disk drive, which you can swap it out for SSD, which I think this is the last model that you can even swap out any of the parts yourself.
That's what I with one of my best friends, Troy. Like me and him, he has a bigger version of the computer that we have, but he took out his CD drive and he asked me if I wanted to, and I was like, nah, bro. Like I want my CD drive because you never know if you're gonna put DVDs or CDs or whatever in the computer.
Yeah,
I'm ready to be able to do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Which is why I think it's funny. I gotta get going soon, but I think that so the next time that I'm gonna be, I've been looking at the new computers, like lusting over them, but there is no reason for me to get a new computer, especially listening to Cupid talk about how much the tiny issues that he has with his. Because I'm like, oh, if they still haven't like perfected it, then so what that he can play The Sims super fast and I can't.
I mean, you just don't have to you have to just update or upgrade your computer, really.
Oh yeah, but I mean like.
But I mean, I don't want to do that. I have to get probably Troy to do it. Somebody has to do it for me. Like I'm not gonna f around with my computer. But
also, because the thing about it is that with laptops you can't easily upgrade anything with them because everything's soldered on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah. I don't have time. Oh, and then Rodney. Yeah. I sort of might be thinking about it only because of this whole OBS and streaming and blah blah blah. Like it's just so. I don't know if my back can handle it. I don't want to go back to PC at all, but I'm just like, in order to do this foolishness, do I have to get like a small computer?
You know what? Buying a PC, buying a solid PC that can do all the stuff, it's not even super expensive. It's not even super expensive. If you wanted a PC rig that could do stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like my brother's friend made my brother a computer, and the cost of it was not. It was like for high. I think my brother ended up getting like making his system like higher end, and for like a desktop computer at that level, like it was like the price of like a MacBook, or like a MacBook Pro, for like a really good quality like game that he. I think it's funny. Fallout 4 just came out, and like right before that, he set everything up. So Fallout 4 was like the new game that came out, and that was like the only game that he couldn't run on like the highest settings, but everything else he could run on the highest settings. Think about that, the highest settings. Like I have, like me, I'm always like lowest settings. If there's laptop mode, you know. So like, but like, yeah, you could obviously, yeah, if I don't know, if you're getting serious into video production, then it might be something to look into, at least for the actual gaming content of it, because you can still edit on Mac, because Mac's where all the creators are at. Sorry.
Yeah, I love my Mac. It's just when it comes to this stuff with the Canon and the OBS and the streaming and the this and the that, with that PlayStation camera, I'd be effed. Like, honestly.
Oh yeah.
So I bought the PlayStation camera in the first place, but now, you know.
Oh yeah. Rodney says, if you need any help, he would be very happy to help you.
And I would appreciate it. Like, but again, I'm not anywhere near buying a PC, but I'm like, if I can't work with what I got, I am going to have to look at some options.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he says $1,000 can get you a nice custom built PC. Yeah. Which is like lower end like MacBook laptop, or you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, but the problem is that you don't have the portability. But at the ages that we are, like, I'm not moving my computer much anyway. The only time I move my computer is after we're done with Nightcap and I need a cigarette and we discuss Nightcap notes and I'm smoking a cigarette outside. That's the only time I move my computer, really.
Yeah. My I don't move my computer either, except for actually like this past weekend, like I mentioned, where Ting's friends was over. That's the most I moved my laptop in weeks.
Yeah.
Like,
you mean BB?
I don't.
BB?
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh my God. I got mad comfortable now. Oh my goodness. Yes, BB's friend. Oh my God. That's the only time I move the computer, because I'm so used to it being here. It's near my PS4. Yeah. Like, there's no need to move it, and it's perfect for if I want to type things real quick and go and look, and that's it. So
I miss having that system. Like, that's how it was at my family's house. Remember that? How like the big TV was right there, my computer was down below. It's perfect for streaming. Yeah. Now, like, I have the desk over here and I have the thing over there, so whenever I like try to like stream with like the new system that I have with the capture card, I like have to like put my computer over there and like set up my camera, and it's just like, it's a lot of work. But like it looks better than the PlayStation like network. So like I'm torn. I'm like, that's so easy, but this is so hard. But it looks better. And I'm like, either way, nobody's watching, but I like doing it.
You still want to do it, yeah. That's how I feel too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm still trying to get people to watch, but like you said, even with the webcam you got, I was even thinking about that. But I'm like, when I bought the Cam Link thing, like I want to use it for what it's supposed to be used for,
and also your freaking camera is very expensive and like super professional and amazing. That's a super expensive camera. If I had that camera, I wouldn't need this. Oh wait, I can't. Oh wait, I'm showing you it, but I wouldn't need that. As Rodney.
But that's what's making me mad. The Canon camera that I have, I really don't know if it's for real compatible. Like, even both the Canons, because I have the vlogger camera and the DSLR camera. So I'm like, even me doing this doesn't seem like it's really connecting well, and it did, but I have to run like two programs at the same time to even get it to work. Like, I don't even know. It's frustrating, but That's messed up. How's a PC?
He's talking about like the hardware.
I know, but it's just like that sucks. It's so messed up.
But okay, so like we can still get viruses. It's very rare though that Macs get viruses. But that's also the reason why, like, uh, after 2 years of having a PC, it always is so bogged down with stuff that I can't do anything, and I always want to upgrade after 2 years. Because stuff always needs to be updated, right? But
Yeah.
like, I've never had a laptop since before my MacBook that I could have for more than 2 years and still be great running. You know, like literally everything runs. So.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that real quick. Well, yeah, I haven't had any virus issues with my Mac computer. With my compact back in college, had that FBI virus and all sorts of nonsense. Oh, terrible.
Yeah, it's so funny because like we really have I haven't had to think about it. Which I mean, virus protection exists,
Yeah.
and also just being aware of like what you're downloading and that sort of thing. But even like trying to get the ROMs and stuff, I was like, okay, well like
Like whatever.
yeah, I'm at reputable site, whatever. And then if something else tried to like download, like, oh, download this Adobe, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna download that Adobe.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah, and then I just
why you want
throw it in the trash can. I'm like, I'm not installing this. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I am done for the night, and I would like to say thank you to Miss Joy. I pointed in the right direction this time, and thank you from all my heart to Rodney,
Yeah.
and anybody else that may be watching. Rodney says that he's had his laptop since 2012, and gave it to his brother, and it runs fine. Probably.
Oh, honey, his brother.
Oh, we didn't even know that Rodney has. Rodney has a brother.
He's got siblings.
We didn't know that Rodney has siblings. So Rodney, congratulations on having siblings, and also the reason why your 2012 computer was given to your brother and was still running is probably because you like updated it and you cleaned out the crap out of it like a lady with her parts. Sometimes you gotta scrape all that garbage away. That way you can get a nice baby. I know a lady that had to get her insides scraped out because there was like so much crap in there. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, it ain't.
Yeah.
It ain't easy. It ain't pretty.
Yes. So he said, "Laugh out loud." Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, Mr. Rodney with the maintenancing. For people that are not Rodney, check out Miss Joy at Joy Infinity. That is her YouTube, her Twitter, her Tumblr, her live streaming on Twitch.
No Tumblr. No more Tumblr.
Tumblr, they got rid of porn, so who cares?
Yeah, that's when I deleted it. I was like, I don't need this anymore. You're dead to me,
Yeah.
Tumblr. But I wanted to say I have a business Instagram now, and that is Joy Infinity with a Y. So please, I'm going to be posting more things on my business Instagram too. So definitely follow that.
Look at that glow up.
Yeah.
All right.
Took 14 days.
Yes. And I am still the crazy chock full of moxie. Very professional.
You're chock full of moxie, man.
Very professional, chock full of moxie. Oh, wait. Excuse me. Stop. Just because I hit the button didn't mean that I wanted it to start. And I'm still chock full of moxie. And Nightcap _ show. That is for the Twitter account that I basically just put funny things on. So, but Rodney's already there, and we love Rodney. Yeah. So, hearts and Oklahoma, and we love you. Or I love you. Joy.
I love you too.
See, I don't want to I don't want to mansplain.
Oh, word. True.
All right.
But I love you too.
Aw. So let's play the music.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oh, y'all see me in that
Right? And I'm happy because this time I did not do super cat. Like, I, like, tried to get away, stop being cute.
I mean, she jumped on the couch and I saw it and I thought it was so cute.
Right? Yeah, I love her. She's hiding.
I don't know if she's there now, but... Baby Joe.
Yeah, Josephine.
I remember. Tell your friends I said hi.
Tell who?
Your family.
Oh, will do. Bye. We love you. Thanks for watching. Oh, wait. Oops. Over here.
I'm putting it here.
Oh.
Yeah.